Hey there, it's Wanda Wen. Thank you so much for coming to the Soolip Fix. Today we're going to dye some eggs in time for Easter. And I love this project because basically we're going to use organic materials. You'll see fruits and vegetables that we'll use to make the dyes, and then also just taking advantage of the shapes of leaves. And I just cut some things that were growing in my garden, some fallen leaves that have fell off the tree, and I don't even know what this is, but it looks somewhat like a little dill, a dill situation, which is lovely. Okay, ready to come in? All right, let's go. Welcome to my kitchen, welcome to my home. So we just came from the outside and together we picked some really wonderful leaves. And I picked these because there's different shapes, and we're going to use this as designs, and you'll see ultimately what we're going to make are these dyed eggs in different colors. So first we need to create the dye, and you can use all kinds of things. Onion skin I love because it makes this deep sort of terra orangey red color. Red cabbage is amazing because it'll create this dark, deep bluish purple, so stunning. That's all that's used to create this blue is this red cabbage. Also, beets are amazing, and blueberries you can use. Really, there's so many things you can use. But today I'm going to demonstrate using the onion skin. And you know, you would think that onion skin, it really has a color, but yes, it does. It really does, and it's amazing how this color transforms itself into this deep tone. So all you need is to use the onion skins, and I think there's a trick that if you wear glasses, it keeps the onion the onion fumes from really bothering your eyes, I think. And actually, I'm gonna try that because I think that is true. It's like it creates a barrier. Yeah, I feel that. It creates a barrier, that deep fume into my eyes. My eyes feel so much more comfortable. Okay, so you're just gonna use the skins. Okay, so we're peeling off the skins. You really want the brown parts. That's what you want to use. And then simply, you're going to put it in a pot. Put all the skins in the pot. And a pot like this size, I probably would use three onions, because you really want to sort of pack it in. Okay, so then you just add water and fill it up so that ultimately you want enough water to cover eggs. All right? All right. All right. So I'm going to put this on my stove top. And we're going to boil it ultimately, all right? So let me put the top on. Okay, so while it's boiling, or I'm gonna use all these little bits. Oh, and another thing, you wanna add some vinegar. So about 2 tablespoons of vinegar. That'll help the color and the dye stay. Okay. So while it's boiling, I'm gonna take my old pantyhose No, they're not really, they're not old, they're brand new. So don't gross out. Okay, so you want to basically cut these. So this is a leg. And you want to cut these in about, I'd say 5-inch. Well, you'd think that I'd have some nice pair of scissors. Okay. Actually, all my good scissors are at my studio. So at home, I'm like the cobbler's daughter, right? You know, the cobbler's son or the cobbler's daughter, they normally don't have, you know, it's like they don't have good shoes. Well, here, I don't have good scissors at my house. Okay, so, geez. Okay. All right, these scissors really are, they've got to go. Okay. Okay, so I just created four little pieces, and together we're gonna dye some eggs, or wrap the eggs rather. So I just used white eggs, and these are uncooked, so I've got to be gentle with them. All right, so basically you're going to take one side and tie a knot. Okay, so that it's creating an end. So you're gonna tie a knot like so. All right, okay. I'm gonna do this on all of them. So one of my pieces I won't need to tie on both sides because it's the foot of the pantyhose. Like this one, okay, it already has an end. All right, so then what you do is you take a raw egg, and I'm gonna use this guy. I'm just gonna pinch off the end, and I'm going to place this just on the side of the egg, like so. I'm going to gently put it in the pantyhose sock that I made. And so do you see that I'm being very careful in keeping the element, that leaf, flat, okay? So that basically what's gonna happen is it's creating an area that the dye won't seep into the egg shell, okay? And then I'm going to just gently tie a knot on the other side, okay? So there you have it, okay? So we're gonna do this with these 4 eggs. And you can use, here, I'm gonna use a flower. This will be so sweet. There's such beauty outside, right? There's just so much beauty that is around us at all times. So I'm gonna take this, let's see if this will work. We're gonna do it like that. So placing the flower side down, putting it into the sock that we just made. So this is where having nimble fingers is really advantageous. It takes a little bit of patience for sure, which right now I have a lot of patience. How about you? Okay. There's something quite meditative about this process, and I love doing these eggs, and it's such a great, it's such a great project to do with children, whether it's your children or grandchildren. Basically, it makes this whole process underscores the beauty that we have around us in nature, and it will instill a value in the kids of finding the beauty in nature. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Let's do something. Let's see, let's do this one. This is a really nice shape, isn't it? So really, really make a nice silhouette on this egg. Okay. So, you know, you could use herbs. Herbs would be great to use. Dill is nice. Ferns are really great because they have a great silhouette naturally in them already. This will be really pretty, won't it? Okay. So, again, tying knots on both ends so that you're encasing the egg. All right. Woo. Oh my God, could you imagine if that egg just broke apart? Oh my God. Okay. All right. This one I'm having just a little bit of problem with. Okay, there it goes. All right. So then, okay, so I'm just gonna do 3 right now, so, but you get the idea, right? Okay, now, okay, so then we're gonna wait for this to boil. It's boiling, right? Okay, and then I'm just gonna take just a ladle and put them gently in here, one by one, making sure that they are covered by the onion skin. I made a batch using onion skin, and I made a batch using red cabbage. And I actually boiled the leaves for about 8 minutes first, just so that the dyes, the color from the skins worked itself into the water before I put the eggs. So, but because we're on camera and I just want to sort of expedite the process so we can get everything in, I'm putting the eggs in right now. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this over here. Oh, I could smell the vinegar going on. Let's see. All right, so basically this is what, so you can see, this is what it looks like, okay? The eggs are underneath the skins. Ideally, you want to have more skins than what I have here. So in a pot like this, maybe 2 or 3 onions would be great. Okay, I'm gonna put this back on. I can definitely smell the vinegar. And just because I didn't soak or I didn't boil the onion skins for the 7 or 8 minutes, it's, you know, I mean, it may be that you want really pale, you know, pale dyed eggs versus the ones that I have that I did last night, okay? So definitely play with this and you'll get a rhythm of the colors that you want or the intensity of the color that you want. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this back on because I'm gonna let it boil. So the eggs, I'll have this boiling with the eggs for about 8 minutes, okay? Meanwhile, I have some finished batches that I did last night in preparation, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here we go. This is this was filled with the onion skin, you know, the onion, and it turns into quite a deep color, a deep amber color. And I actually had this sitting overnight. I boiled the eggs for the 8 minutes and I let it cool, and then I put it in the refrigerator, and this is what results, okay? So I actually had these eggs seeping and sitting in this dye for the entire nighttime. All right, so check this out. Basically, I'm gonna cut And I'm going to gently peel this back. Okay, so this is the leaf. These are one of these leaves, okay, that I cut outside in my front yard. And you just gently peel it off. And look at this. So gorgeous, so gorgeous. I'm going to put this together with my collection. Okay. Now, the great thing about this is that because this is just organic dye, it's basically nature's dye, that for me, eating the eggs, I'm happy to eat the eggs, whereas some dyed eggs, you think, what was it dyed in? You have no idea. It's chemical. There's color numbers that I don't really, that don't resonate with me. So these are safe to eat. And so this pot, I actually had boiled red cabbage leaves. I love red cabbage. And you know what? I have a recipe that I'll present to you at a later date, but I love red cabbage, and I always have red cabbage in my fridge all the time. But aside from the great taste and the great benefits of red cabbage, the color is just lovely. And I kept an egg in here all night. I'm gonna trim this. It's incredible how deep this color gets. It really is incredible. Look at this. I mean, it's blue. So amazing. Okay, I'll gently peel this off. Look at that. So beautiful. Okay, so these are my eggs. And another little trick, if you wanted to add a little bit of gloss, you can always take some coconut oil or olive oil and just, just lightly put a light surface of the oil on top of the egg, and then they'll be really glossy. In fact, why don't I do that? Okay, let's try it. All right, I'm just gonna put some on my finger. And this egg is dry, so I'm just gonna lightly wrap the egg in a little bit of oil. And it'll be just a nice sheen. Okay, and there you go. All right, there you have it. Dyed eggs using ingredients from the earth. Yellow onions, red cabbage, beets are really excellent to use. Also blueberries, although blueberries tend to be a little costly, so don't use them because I don't like to waste the food. But there you go. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And that's the Soolip Fix for today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.